Welcome to the Fear and Greed Business News Afternoon Report for Wednesday, the 29th of January 2025. I'm Sean Aylmer. Every afternoon, we've got the 5 stories that happened today that you need to know about. Story number 1, the pace of inflation during the December quarter was just 0.2%, taking the annual rate of price rises to 2.4%, according to figures released today by the Australian Bureau of Statistics. On an underlying basis, where volatile items are excluded, inflation for the quarter was 0.5%, for the year, 3.2%. That's below expectations, and it's also below the Reserve Bank's forecasts. It was low enough to trigger a raft of market economists predicting the central bank will start cutting interest rates next month. We haven't had a rate cut for more than 4 years, and they've been on the rise since May 2022. Treasurer Jim Chalmers today said a soft landing for the economy was more and more likely, and there's been substantial and sustained progress on inflation. Story number 2, the inflation news pushed up the local share market. In fact, it came within a whisker of its all-time high. By the close, it was 0.6% better than its close yesterday to 8,447 points. That's less than 1% off its all-time high of late last year. Lower rates should help consumers and the cost of living crisis. As a result, they should buy more stuff. That helps corporate profits. Also, the cost of corporate debt will fall if rates are lower. That's what is pushing the market higher. There was another important factor influencing trading today. It was the day after the day before. Remember, stocks sold off on the DeepSeek news on Tuesday. Well, they did much better today. Data center groups like Goodman and NextDC, alongside tech leaders WiseTech Global and Xero, all rebounded. A bunch of uranium stocks that were sold off yesterday, Boss Energy, Deep Yellow, for example, they rebounded sharply. And in corporate news, Premier Investments became a much smaller company today with a combination of its apparels businesses, think Just Jeans, Portman's, JJ's. That's gone to Myer. Premier's share price fell 22% today as a result. Myer was down 5%. Story number 3, some rare good news for Star Entertainment. Today it said it's selling several Sydney assets, sending its share price up 13%. The main asset being sold off is the Star Sydney Event Centre. There's also other spaces up for grabs. Star will reap about $60 million for the assets. They're being sold to Foundation Theatres. It already has a sublease on the Lyric Theatre at the venue. It's all part of Star's efforts to avoid collapse. Story number 4, in what is best described as a big call, the boss of Pilbara Minerals has called the bottom of the lithium market, saying prices the producer is now receiving are better than early last year, and he thinks they'll keep going up. Now, the nickel sector's been hardest hit in recent years, but lithium isn't far behind. Basically, there's been an oversupply of the metal. Now, of course, it's used in batteries. That's pushed down prices. At the same time, there's been less demand for electric vehicles. Sales have slowed. That's pushed down demand for lithium. Big producers have mothballed plants as a result. Now, Pilbara Australia is the country's biggest pure lithium play. Its CEO, Dale Henderson, said the December quarter was potentially an inflection point on lithium prices. Pilbara posted a jump in quarterly revenue. Henderson said the electric vehicle freight train is off and running, and it ain't going to stop. He's very confident about the future. Let's hope so. And story number 5, Wall Street was somewhat calmer overnight, with the market rebounding from the emergence of Chinese AI player DeepSeek. Nvidia and Oracle, which lost hundreds of billions of dollars worth of value on Tuesday night, rebounded. DeepSeek is a competitor to ChatGPT, but it was developed at a far lower cost. The emergence of a cheap competitor to the US tech companies is what triggered the turmoil in markets earlier in the week. Latest on that story is that Microsoft and OpenAI, who are the owners of ChatGPT, are now investigating whether data output from the group was obtained in an unauthorized manner by a group linked to DeepSeek. Who knows? In the end, Wall Street closed higher. That's it for the afternoon report for Wednesday, the 29th of January, 2025. Make sure you hit follow on the podcast. We'll be back tomorrow morning with the Thursday edition of Fear and Greed Business News. I'm Sean Aylmer. Enjoy your evening.